I'm Tracey Antill. I'm an emergency physician here at Elite Care. I've been board certified in emergency medicine for now 20 years and have practiced in this same community for that same 20 years. My undergraduate, I attended Baylor University in Waco. My family has consisted almost of half who went to University of Texas and half who went to Texas A&M. So it's always Thanksgiving's always a little bit raucous. Baylor was a little bit like going to Switzerland, and that's what the 3 or 4 of us who have gone to Baylor were accused of copping out. Went to medical school in Fort Worth and then came back to Houston for residency training. After residency training, have been in private practice here in basically the League City area. I grew up in Angleton, so our center of our family is certainly in the area here. I have a wife and 2 daughters who also live and go to school here locally. When I'm not taking care of patients at Elite Care, I care about spending time with my family. I care about local arts. I care about volunteer EMS programs. Spare time, we like to do, outdoor stuff, surf fishing, inshore saltwater fishing. Right now we're finishing up a beekeeping season where we've just harvested honey and need to process it into jars and bottles. I started out interested in ophthalmology and had actually entered into an ophthalmology residency. As that approached, I was doing a rotation in emergency medicine, and I sort of got a little nostalgic that, I guess this will be the last car wreck I take care of. I guess this will be the last heart attack, because I was headed into a very narrow, specialty. And I decided I didn't really want to do that. So I, at the 11th hour, changed gears and engaged more in emergency medicine. So productivity is something that's become more prevalent in the medical community. Elite Care is, a last holdout against that large sort of corporate model. When we have our leadership meetings with the doctors, I tell them you've got all the time in the world. This is a baseball game, not a football game. There is no clock on the thing. It's going to take as long as it takes. And sometimes that's just what folks need to sort of feel better about it. The doctor can walk into a room real quickly and be comfortable that, yeah, this is the flu and it makes people feel terrible and that's just sort of part of it. And we're okay that, when we look at vital signs and age and other factors, that person's okay. But it sometimes takes that person a little bit longer to become okay with that. Here we can give that time. And if we have to give a little bit more, just hang out there, just reassure, and I'll tell people, we can just watch you for a little bit until you're okay. Here we have the time to do that. I can't think of none of my other settings was that even remotely an option. Spending time with the patients and sort of getting both on the same page, is why you go to medical school. People don't enter into a, 4 years of post-college school and then another, 3 to 7 years of training to process or work on a assembly line. So it really sort of lets the practitioner feel like they're doing what they started out to do when they were 25 or 20 years old. So that's one reason I love Elite Care. We have a saying here: a 99 is an F. So the medical staff that we have here embraces it. The nursing staff embraces it, and we want to be sure that everyone walks out feeling like, gosh, these guys really did everything that was possible. To find a real life-changing problem that might have walked out the door and gone undiagnosed or delayed finding is probably the thing that keeps a lot of, between my colleagues here, that's a thing that sort of motivates us to keep us going. It's to, not just check a box, do the minimum and get going, but to really search for what is actually going on here. And if you don't look, you don't find things. And when you do look, every now and then you'll find something that makes a difference to find it. Elite Care is the faster, safer, cleaner ER.